Welcome back to the channel today, guys, and what we're going to be doing today is seeing just how fast that Corolla that I have with the 4AGE, this right here, we're going to be testing to see just how fast it is in the quarter mile and what is a 0 to 60 times, or like I said, just in general, how fast is it really. So we're just going to roll the intro and get into today's video. Alright guys, just like I said, we're going to be testing to see how fast this thing really is, and basically how we are going to do that is not as accurate, or at least it's not as respected as actual track time. I guess for people that do this every day, we're going to be using two apps. One that's called Drag Racer. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this one, it uses GPS to track to see how fast I do the quarter mile in and other times. And the other one is, what is it named? Car Performance. It does the exact same thing. We're gonna go on time run, and then whenever I stop and then start, it'll give me all of my times. So I'm just gonna do 4 passes, and I'm gonna do this app twice and the other app twice to see if we can find a median to more or less assume that what is the actual quarter mile time for this car. So I'm gonna get these cameras set up in the car. I have my wife down at the end of the line recording, and just so you guys know, this is an actual quarter mile, but it's more of a road track on an abandoned road. There's a black line down there as well to tell when I pass the finish line. And let's get started. Alright guys, so we have the app ready. Let me see if I can get you guys a good look at it. At least it's a bit glary on the camera, but I'm going to be taking screenshots of this and posting it in the video. Basically what it's going to record is when I reach to 10 miles an hour, 20, 40, 60, 70. It's also going to record the 132 mile, 116, 18, and 1 quarter mile. I won't be doing the half mile, that's too long. Basically what you do, you just rest it down in the car, and when you take off, the app starts recording your time. So I'm going to set this down, and we're going to start the first pass. Now the goal isn't to spin tire, so I'm going to try ease off the line and then power enter. She is rolling. It seems like we ran into our first set of issues. This drag race app, it lost the GPS the moment that we pulled off, so we didn't even get that run. So I'm gonna try it going back down the other way. I'm gonna sit on the finish line and run towards the starting line, and hopefully it records at that time. But we basically got nothing just now. Alright, like I said, we got nothing off of that run. We're gonna try it again. I'm gonna turn around and we're gonna do the second pass going up. Alright guys, this is gonna be the second pass with the drag racing app. It didn't even record my first run, so let's see what it does now. It says that it's ready for the race, and let's see what it does. So it did record this time. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this and we're gonna save it. And like I said, we're just gonna compare this to the other app. All right guys, now we will be using the Car Performance app. I will have these two apps down below in the description. And it says that we're ready, so we're gonna do our first pass with this app. And I hit start. Now it says count will start when you start moving. So whenever I start this race, whenever I start this run, the counter will start. So we're already on the line. Gonna do the same launch as last time to try to get enough traction. So let's see if that app. All right, it did it perfectly. It recorded the app, and now I'm gonna stop it, and I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. It said that I did the quarter mile in 16 seconds, which is pretty good for a fully stocked 4AGE. I saved that pass. We're gonna do another pass so that we can also compare, so we know just how fast this car really is. All right guys, so this will be the fourth pass. Let's remember the first pass didn't even save on the first app. The second pass did, the third pass saved, and this will be the fourth pass. We might do a fifth pass just to let that other app redeem itself to record two passes so that we can compare. But we're ready to go. Let us start on, I think this is the fourth pass. Let's go. That pass was really good, and it did record the pass. This app has actually worked flawlessly for the two runs that I've used it on. We're going to save this run. Now we're going to give the other app a time, just one more lap to see if we could get two recorded runs on that one app. That's the Drag Racer app. Alright, so we're going to pull up to the line and we're going to start the race. Alright guys, so we have the Drag Racing app ready to go. We're going to set it down in a seat just like we did the other app, and we're going to start the race. You see, this app has a big problem where it says waiting for GPS. It's actually still saying that right now. So I don't know if we'll even get to record this time. Alright, it says it's ready for race. Now it says it's waiting for GPS again. This one it has a massive GPS problem. Alright, the GPS is ready. This GPS is just going in and out. It's not connecting. Now it says it's connected. Now it's not connected. This Drag Race app is just garbage. But I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. We're gonna do another pass and just compare the times to see what is what. So let's see. I think it has a GPS issue. Once we hear the beep, we should be good to go. Let's see it's having a big issue locating GPS. All right, it's saying GPS ready, so let's give it another go. I messed up big time. I missed second gear, but we're just gonna have to live with that race. I'm not gonna keep hot lapping the car. Alright guys, so we're now at my laptop and I'm going to show you guys the results of each run so we can go over it, so we can try to select an app that would be best for doing this whenever you guys want to do it yourselves. So these two over here are the first and second pass of the Car Performance app, and this one is the first and second pass of the Drag Racer app. And let us look at the times of these of the Car Performance to see, you know, if they are similar and how they stack up and just that sort of thing, for, you know, comparing it to running on a drag strip and getting a time. It might not be as accurate, but this is the best that we're gonna get from a mobile app. So let's look at the 60 foot. 60 foot was 3.4. This one is 3.5. Very close. My 60 foot was 32 miles an hour. This was 28. My I guess 330 foot was 7.4. 330 foot 7.5. Very close. 54 miles an hour. 54 miles an hour. Very close. The 8th mile I did an 11.5. This 8th mile was an entire second faster at the same time. So that's where you see I was at a faster time here and a faster mile an hour here and a slower mile an hour here. So there's a second difference here. All right, so the 1,000 foot, which is 14.5, 1,000 foot 13.5. So definitely the second run was faster in comparison, because even though I have 68.3 and 68.8 for the 8th mile, the 1,000 foot is about a whole second faster in the second run. My quarter mile time was 17.5 on that first run, and then 81.5 miles an hour. And this one is 16.5 with 86.66 miles an hour. So time wise, this is very accurate. They are extremely close. Acceleration, my 0 to 20, which is 2 seconds, which is horrible. But this is a stock car, stock 4AG. We put no work into it yet. We are going to put work into it, and that's going to be for another video. But let's just continue. My 40 miles an hour, which is 5.4, 5.4, 5.5 actually in the second run. My 0 to 60 is 9 seconds, which is horrible. So 9.5, 0 to 60, 8.4. That's a whole second faster in that second run, which has been the norm in this comparison. I didn't do 100 miles an hour in none of these laps, but maximum speed 81.76, distance to start 0.37, total run time 34 seconds. This would be them calculating my run. Same for this one, 86.6. So I am extremely pleased when it comes to the Car Performance app. This app on over here, which is a Drag Racer, if you notice, my quarter mile for my first run is, I guess, not available. That's because it didn't even let me finish the race. The GPS, I guess, freaked out and just didn't record that part of it. So that is my major issue with this app here. The GPS is a major issue. I don't know what satellites they use, but I wouldn't recommend using this app. I would actually recommend using the Car Performance app. I had no issues whatsoever with it. You could save your runs, you could screenshot them, you can do whatever you need to do with them, and it's there, ready to go all the time. So let's go over the times. This would be my first pass with the Drag Racer app. and 50 miles an hour is 5.5. And oh, let's start off with 60 because I didn't screenshot the 50 mile an hour one over here. So 60 mile per hour 7.7, and 60 miles per hour over here is 9 seconds. So that's a major jump. That could be driver error, that could be a lot of things. 70 miles an hour in 10 seconds, this is a whole 2-second faster pass, so it really does differ. But let's go to the distances now. This is what really matters. The 132 miles, right? 3.7. 132, 3.7. Notice, guys, this is what I'm having an issue with. How can I be at 132 miles, a 32 mile, like it says, 3.7 seconds, 40 miles per hour, but I did the same distance in 3.7 miles at 36? That just doesn't make sense. Let's move on to the 16th, which is 5.9. See, 6.4, right? Which one is a slower time, and this one is a slower mile an hour, and this one is a faster mile an hour, which kind of adds up to the time. The 1/8 is 9.5, 1/8 is 10.2, and I don't have a quarter to go by, but if you notice, this car definitely is a 16-second car. 16 seconds here in the quarter, 16 seconds here. This one is 17, obviously just a slower run. So we got a match for 16 seconds. So we can actually call this car a 16-second car, which is extremely slow. The car doesn't have any power. So, and we weren't on a track, all these other things. But like I said, if I was to go with an app, I would go with the Car Performance app and call it a day, because GPS locks on very quickly, and I had no issues recording times at all with it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one.